We're approaching the end of the year, but we got one more best of list, and we're doing November.
This list is cursed. Stick around for it.
Kicking it off with Carnation, Curse Mortality. Carnation's third album, Curse Mortality, solidifies the Belgian death metal band's position within the genre. With a concise runtime of just over 35 minutes, the album is a precise and hefty display of just killer death metal. Opening with Herald of Demise, the band sets the tone with twisting riffs, thunderous ass drumming, and impressive guttural vocals that just pack a weighty punch all over. While Carnation stays true to the death metal formula, Curse Mortality introduces some surprises that add to the album's allure. There's some clean vocals throughout, which are pretty fucking killer if you ask me. The title track, at 7.5 minutes, demonstrates the band's experimental side, building an immersive atmosphere before just exploding into primal metallic rage. Overall, Curse Mortality is a testament to Carnation's growth and creativity. In a year filled with notable releases, Carnation enters the scene late and just kind of steals the show in the death metal category for me. Definitely check this out if you haven't yet.
Suffocation, hymns for the Apocrypha. Something that we certainly didn't expect when we started this program was just how many seminal bands from our childhood and teenage years would still be going at it. Suffocation is certainly one of those bands, with most members in their mid-40s and early 50s. Remember, kids, age is just a number. Your mentality is what counts. Except for your drummer. Your drummer has to be young and athletic. There are no exceptions to this rule. Notably absent from this lineup is original vocalist Frank Mullen, and it is with great sorrow that I say, I don't really miss him.
Forgiveness, please.
The Scourge member Ricky Myers does an amazing job here in the vocal department. I mean, by now, Frank's style, it's not as unique as it used to be, so I don't think there's really any surprise that they were able to find somebody else that could do a similar voice and tone. What really matters here are the songs, and they're as dissonant, haunting, and grotesque, and brutal as ever. This album leans a little bit more into the atmosphere of madness and insanity versus dropping 10 tons of slam onto your lap every 90 seconds. At points, it reminds me of something I might hear from Incantation, which is no surprise because I think they just went on tour with Incantation or Immolation, one of those guys. Very much leaning into the creepy factory versus the moshing factory. Take a listen. There's definitely nothing groundbreaking or monumental here for this band, but I really enjoyed the dissonance matched with the intensity on some of these songs. Check it out if you haven't already.
Next on my list is Night-Crowned Tales. A Swedish black metal outfit, Night-Crowned delivers an impressive third album with Tales. Building on the success of their previous release, Hadenfard, the band's melodic fusion of black and death metal is expertly executed across the 8 tracks of the new offering. With a foundation rooted in the coldness of 90s Scandinavian extreme metal, Night-Crowned bring a contemporary fervor to their sound, resulting in a compelling and highly engaging metal album. With a runtime of 43 minutes, Tales features aggressive fury, atmospheric grandeur, and melodic might. all skillfully blended with elements like guest vocalists, clean singing, and additional instrumentation that add to the atmosphere of the record. Nightcrown pushes themselves here to new heights, employing dynamics, great layering and structuring, and just killer riffs to assert their dominance over the blackened landscape that they inhabit. Tales is thoroughly enjoyable, man, and it's a satisfying journey into the realms of furiously blackened darkness, showcasing Nightcrown at the peak of their musical prowess.
Exulansis, Overtures of Uprising. Our friends over at Bind Rune Recordings have a real knack for finding talent in the American black metal scene, and this band has a pretty stacked roster of experienced musicians. Hailing from the other side of the country, Exulansis takes my favorite blend of neofolk, black metal, and doom, tossing them onto a blank canvas and adjusting the colors and saturations to paint a musical landscape that kept my attention throughout its 30-minute runtime. The bookends of this album showcase a desire to want to blend the extreme and Baroque styles, and it falters a bit, if you ask me, with the vocals on the last track being a bit off-putting rather than creating a great closing element to this record. Where this record really shines, however, are the two middle tracks, the title track and A Movement in Silence. Take a listen to one of those. More of that, please. This record reminds me of the 2021 Transcending Obscurity release, The Intimate Earth by the band Feld. Some of you may remember how much I gushed over that album's use of fiddle, female vocals, and black metal-inspired viciousness. Exulansis has that capability, and they cram it into this 30-minute record quite well. I know the band also released another album in conjunction with this one. Unfortunately, the reviews I've seen haven't been super enticing, but remember, it's all subjective, and the only opinion that matters is ours.
Shylmagoghnar! This band is a renowned Swedish black metal entity, presenting themselves with their third opus, Convergence, marking a pivotal moment after their lauded emergence and a progressive detour from transience. With the sole musician, Nimblekorg, at the helm, the album unfolds over 10 tracks, commencing the captivating instrumental odyssey, I Hear the Mountain Weep. This expansive composition spanning 10 minutes intertwines sweeping melodeath riffs and impeccable twin guitar artistry. Follow the River introduces vocals ranging from harsh growls to delicate cleans against a backdrop of intricate instrumentals blending progressive and also atmospheric black metal elements. Nimblekorg's solo venture here showcases a seamless fusion of melodeath and black metal, and it's a testament to his phenomenal musicianship on this record. While Convergence may not eclipse the debut's brilliance, it reinforces this band's stature, affirming their consistent and impressive journey into the black metal adjacent landscape. The album's sonic scenery, marked by progressive nuances and atmospheric richness, underscores the band's enduring legacy, solidifying their position as stalwarts within the realms of Swedish black metal.
Deafheaven Sunbather re-release on Deathwish. I'm going to keep this one relatively short because, well, there isn't really particularly anything new on this album as far as performance goes. What is new and fantastic on this 10th anniversary record, however, are the dynamics that have been introduced on this utterly brilliant sophomore record from a monumental American band. This album had a pretty flat mix when it first came out, and that's changed with this re-release. The quiet parts are more subtle and less in your face in a way that doesn't feel like they just dropped the levels down. The nuances are unique with this remix, and I really appreciate that. This band is on tour, playing in Boston tonight as we record this. Go see them live if you haven't already. It is an amazing experience for sure.
Aeternus, Philosopher. This marks the 9th release from Norwegian Black Death outfit Aeternus, boasting current and ex-members of Gorgoroth and Galsword. Philosopher spans 39 minutes, and it's a pretty tight runtime, and it's a testament to Aeternus' prowess in blending dark death metal with esoteric black metal elements. The album skillfully navigates brooding atmospheres and mysterious tones. Aeternus strikes a great balance here between weighty growls and also riff-centric focus of death metal and the evocative grace and mystical aura of black metal. The band's songwriting proficiency shines through here with compelling riffs and hooks seamlessly embedded within their music. The blackened grooves exhibit a level of sophistication that elevates them above the ordinary too, showcasing Aeternus' keen selection of standout parts and purposeful songwriting. The album's introspective moments add an intimate and nuanced layer too, which I really enjoyed, complemented by that melodic touch that seamlessly weaves into the overall fabric of the record. Philosopher is a professional and highly skillful record constructed by some serious musicians who really understand their craft, offering a darkly rewarding experience for fans of black and death metal. Definitely check this out if you somehow missed it.
Sea Mosquito, Igiter.
What are you saying?
I barely know how to describe this album, dude. It's like the cinematic soundtrack to a 1990s horror noir video game. Something akin to like Max Payne fused with Hexen. It's weird.
I can be very, very persuasive.
On the surface of the Sea Mosquito, we have a talented black metal act that has the ability to dial in those wild, avant-garde, industrial tropes that many of us have come to expect from modern black metal. What comes out of this album is so much more than just dissonant chords and chilled screams, though. It includes sounds that I would expect to hear from down-tempo house music from London. It's like basement warehouse subdrops that are in the background of some of these songs. It's really cool. The dynamics on this album are amazing, taking you from the depths of blackened hell to the very towers of Babylon where TR-808s and sick fucking synth lines reside. This is super unique. If you're a dork for weird abominations in the black metal subgenres, like I am, scope this one out.
Hinayana, Shatter and Fall. Hinayana, hailing from Texas. I couldn't believe that they were from Texas when I figured this out, but they wasted no time turning heads with the melodic death metal landscape. After an impactful EP, they swiftly followed up with a self-produced debut, carving a niche within the genre, and they made some serious room for themselves. Now signed to Napalm Records, their sophomore effort, Shatter and Fall, is a thunderous leap forward, man. The opener, Slowly Light Collides, weaves an acoustic intro seamlessly into thunderous riffs, signaling the band's substantial growth on this record. Mind is a Shadow features Aether Realms of Vincent Jackson. It also masterfully blends guttural lows and high-pitched shrieks, adding layers to the melody, and I kind of wish that this was more on the record because it really works. Anthemic tracks like How Many Dream and The Answer deliver intense instrumentals and accessible vocals, balancing that aggression and engagement that you would want on a Melodeath release. The fusion of cavernous riffs too and soaring melodies reflects a melodic death metal hallmark here, executed flawlessly by the band. Closing with a re-recorded version of Taken from their 2014 demo, the album showcases the band's serious evolution. Shatter and Fall positions Hinayana as contenders in melodic death's upper echelons, offering a diverse, hard-hitting record that hits at even higher and greater potential. I see a lot of really, really great things for this band in the future. Definitely check them out.
Last but not least, Helga, Wrapped in Mist. This is a debut album from a band that roots itself in the darkened folk genre like a druid in the gazing forests. This album truly crosses multiple boundaries, pulling at threads from neo-folk and shoegaze and even some pop here and there. Fuck yeah. Like a musical specter, cloaked in a veil of mist, Helga weaves through these subgenres with a lot of poise. At times, this band really embraces the Alcest and Led the Scraith vibes. Other songs give me a more profound, crippled Black Phoenix or even Oceans of Slumber vibes. There's a real devotion to musical expression, and these threads of diverse influences create a rich, intricate sonic landscape. Yeah, this band has found something special with this album. I immediately bought a shirt of theirs on Bandcamp. I'm pretty stoked for that to come in. For everyone that was kind of meh about Mercure, those that wanted some blackened elements with your folk metal, you are going to eat this album up. This very well could end on my end of the year list. It's that fucking good. Which, hey, by the way, we've got those lists coming out all throughout December. Be sure to look out for our favorites of the year.
We're approaching the holidays. Get your loved ones some nice merch. We got some Forgemaster shirts down below in the comments. What did you dig from November? Leave it down in the comments below and check out some of our other videos right here.
Go with the gods, Forge mates. Your mortality is cursed.